Save this to my porn folder.
I might just use that as the introduction. Hey, Internet! Welcome to Highway 47 Productions. This is another experiment. We're going to try it out, and this is going to be kind of one of our sitting in the queue sort of episodes. If you're watching this, it's because we either didn't have time to record recently or just needed something to release for whatever reason. And this is also the first time that we are, having tech troubles is what we're doing. So, never mind. We'll restart again in a second. Hey, Internet! Highway 47 here with another experiment. We're trying something a little bit new today. If you are watching this, then one of several things is happening. One is we didn't have time to record anytime recently, and so we're doing something from our backlog. Two, we just kind of decided to release something special or different or slightly unusual. This is going to be our first attempt at uploading a commentary with the video included, which is a lot easier for you guys. I know it is.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know, revolutionary. It's like, nobody's ever done this before. And this is also our first ever commentary without Draco Funk, which is another experiment for today. He's busy working. This is a holiday, and I have the day off, and Scrodrick has the day off.
And I'm awake at like noontime, which is weird.
Yeah, so we're doing everything's weird. Like, there's no Draco Funk. There's, it's the middle of the day. We have a video like with the commentary. It's all just wrong. But we're gonna try it anyway. So as always,
we're gonna make it right.
That's right. I'm Shaggy B, and with me is Scrodrick. Say something, Scrod.
Yo yo yo.
How's it going in the hood, G?
There's way too many rednecks around here for that.
Thug life. All right, and we are watching. We're watching an FBI training film.
I thought I needed a change of careers, which really this would be kind of going back to one of my original career plans that didn't pan out. But it's time for a change of pace. Let's get some useful training in here.
That's right. You spent what, a year or two in a police academy?
A little over a year. About the point they brought in the Marine drill sergeant to start yelling at us was about the time I told them to f*** off. So,
yeah, I don't blame you there. It's interesting. Like, and we're about the age where we sort of grew up as the police was really first becoming, militarized and I think kind of fetishized for the violence aspect of it.
Well, and my great grandfather and my grandfather both, I never met either one of them, but they were both police officers in, the early to mid 1900s. And I'd always hear stories, from like my dad about things that they had done. And it was mostly community service type things, not, bang, bang, shoot 'em up, let's go on a march and, crack people's skulls. It was more like, one of my grandfathers died rescuing people in a flood.
Right, which is that's something worth aspiring to. I mean, there was like the era of Brady Bunch cops, and we both came of age right around the time when that was changing into like the Call of Duty cops.
Yeah. I remember being a kid selling baseball cards at like, a corner just, because dad would always buy them for me. I didn't really care. And me and another kid in my neighborhood decided to start selling them, and we'd have other little kids come up, and we had like the local cop show up and, talk with us and make sure everything was okay. And he bought some cards from us and was on his way.
Right. And I mean, I interact with a specific police officer through my job pretty much daily, and he's like thankfully for him, I know that those kind of cops still exist. He's an older cop. He's real good natured and friendly, and his job is basically security where I work. But that's just that's not the perception of police anymore, and it's not really. I don't really think it's the culture of police anymore.
Oh, no, no. Like as soon as they brought in, because the first year was mostly like book work, learning well, should probably edit that part out.
Yeah.
But learning
Learning the laws in the state where you were doing the training.
that.
Yes.
So, so the first year was mostly learning laws for the state. And then that beginning of the second year was more the physical training, going out, learning how to shoot, de-escalation. But then they brought in the Marine drill sergeant, who was, not very far removed from being active military. And he was screaming at us to the point where he had us running, like to the point where guys were throwing up. A guy didn't have his shoes polished enough for this guy to be satisfied, so he made him do push-ups till he threw up. And that wasn't what I signed on for. I signed on to be a public servant, and that's kind of where I'm at in my career now in a different way. But
Right.
I wasn't there to be a kind of cut rate soldier.
Yeah. If you want to be a soldier, join the military, join the Marine. Yeah, I completely agree with you, and I don't. It makes me wonder why they did that after they did the de-escalation training. And
Well, I don't know, I don't know a lot of the background of that program. It seems like it was kind of a new thing that they had brought that guy in to do some of the training, because there were other trainers that came in like when this guy wasn't there, and they were older guys. They were much more laid back. They weren't down our throats for any little infractions. They more taught us what we were doing wrong and said, "Here's how you fix it," in a constructive manner.
Right.
It wasn't like they were trying to break us down to, later build us back up as the military does. So
Right, exactly. So let's see how they handled that in decades past. Our video today is an FBI training film, and it's called Defensive Tactics, Your Personal Weapons of Defense. And we're going to kind of see how the FBI used to train its people about handling physical confrontations and things like that. I assume. I haven't watched it. But, it's a taste from the past, and we'll see kind of how it goes.
Yeah, this will be a learning experience for us all. And, who knows, we might get some enjoyment out of it here.
Exactly. And if you're an FBI agent, first of all, why are you following us? Second of all, leave a comment and tell us if this is the way it's done these days.
And third, why are you in my house?
Yeah. Will you please stop going through my phone? I don't know any Russians. I promise. I really don't.
My butt is very angry.
Yes.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Sorry.
All right. We ready to get going?
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is FBI Defensive Tactics Weapon. I can't remember what it's called, and I don't have the title on screen. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang. Because guns.
And really, the countdown is just for my benefit.
That's a good point, actually. I hadn't even thought of that, because the video is like going to be included. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh, a timpani.
Oh, man.
That is a great soundtrack.
So what is there a technical term for when the music is kind of like just all distorted like this, or is it just because it's distorted because it's old.
It probably came from a tape master. So the tape over the years has warped and melted slightly and things like that. That's probably what's going on.
Oh man, he's going for the legs.
He is, yeah. To all law enforcement officers, our training services and facilities are yours. We thank you for your splendid cooperation, and we shall be pleased to assist in your training programs as requested. Working together on our mutual problems of prevention, enforcement, and protection is the American way of helping maintain our national safety and security. Sincerely, Jagger, who prepared the FBI. I made it before it went away. Oh,
holy crap! Do you like walking by boxcars? Well, if you do...
This is from the days when wearing a suit made you more suspicious. Or maybe he's the cop? Walking in the open?
He's got that kind of sassy tilt to his hat there.
Bum, bum, empty rail yard.
Oh, crap! Gotta watch out for those hobos.
You have hands.
The law enforcement officer must stay alert.
With 10 deadly fingers.
Here's a picture of what a hand might look like. For example, the thumb.
Pretty beefy forearms.
Well, yeah. That's not the hand. Oh, okay. You can barely tap a beach ball, for example. That's not a hand either.
For the hands and other parts of the body are valuable personal weapons for defense and counterattack. The hand, used as a fist, is the most common.
Like they have to demonstrate that it can move slightly before they hit something with it.
Yeah. Oh my. That's quite an hourglass figure you have there, sir.
Yes. I'm becoming very aroused right now.
At times, the elbow may be a better and more powerful.
Man, he's not even fat and he has like 2 chins.
Yeah.
The foot and knee can have damaging effect.
We're going to...
Drawing on him, he's going to get his ass whooped later.
Yeah. These are the ways to kill him.
These personal weapons of defense are most effective when applied to structurally weak areas.
This is in case you don't know what the parts of your body are called.
Directed against any of these vulnerable areas will cause severe pain, loss of consciousness, or even more serious results. In the region of the head and face,
is that just lipstick they're using?
Points.
I think it is.
A number of effective blows can be delivered here at the temple.
This is the most homoerotic thing I've seen in like minutes.
The bridge of the
nose. Weeks.
And base of the nose and upper lip.
Are those underwear or whatever kind of like gold?
The chin.
Yeah.
Like golden metallic.
Oh. You have to.
A multitude of blood, air, and nerve lines.
Like, I think we all know where penises are.
Directed against the Adam's apple.
Yeah.
Further down the body, a sudden weakening effect, even crippling, might be caused by a counterattack aimed at the region of the heart.
This is highly erotic.
The stomach and other abdominal.
So, ladies, put your opinions in the comments.
Yeah.
The groin.
Both of his Achilles tendons on that side.
Yeah.
The legs and feet are particularly susceptible to injury through pressure.
I'll give him a stigmata.
Or blows delivered to areas where bones are located near the surface of the skin.
Is that a racing stripe there?
The backs of these limbs also provide areas where
yeah, they'll give him a skid mark now.
Yeah.
The hands and arms are equally susceptible to through pressure.
Maybe a little further out there, bud.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not.
Yes,
if you want him to die over a period of 3 weeks,
Well, I mean,
Additional
that might be a
vulnerable areas
goal.
located on the back of the body are the spinal column, which houses the
I suppose they
spinal
might
cord.
bleed out.
If you decapitate someone, they will die. Yes.
Yes.
Oh man, that's gonna be a pain to wash off.
Internal organs such as the kidneys,
So basically, if you hit them on like half their body, it will seriously hurt them.
Being punched in the body can hurt.
the back and side of the neck, the mastoid.
This is like those videos from Boston Dynamics with the robotic dog.
It is difficult to find a
Well, they had to
single
perfect it
area
on humans
where
first.
the attack.
Like the dog's just kind of walking around. They walk up with a baseball bat and just start beating the shit out of it till it falls over.
Here in the FBI gymnasium, officers studying
That's-
defensive tactics
man.
learn that a basic
Uh,
only from a well-balanced position can you
they're,
realize
they're not even trying to hide it.
power and accuracy in physical movement.
There you go.
In achieving this type of balance, proper leg and foot position is of primary importance. One position of the feet offers better balance than another. But only by constantly shifting the feet and body with the direction of the attack can a well-balanced position be maintained. With proper balance, the principle of leverage can be employed. Leverage
To
is
fall
a
over.
great equalizer. By skillful use of this factor, it is possible for you to overcome a stronger opponent. The hip throw illustrates how the muscles of the trunk
Good
and
sell on that one.
body mechanics
Yeah.
can be used to put into practice the principle of leverage.
Oh God, a duck!
Maximum strength should be directed
How to
against
defend
the
yourself
point of
against a
minimum
pelican.
strength. The finger lock, more effective than a strenuous counter-assault.
I'd imagine the trench coat is a pretty
Despite
good
physical
defensive.
appearance, always assume that your adversary possesses greater strength. Then use your strength to direct his movements. By pulling when he pushes, pushing when he pulls,
Charter
it's
parties?
possible to use the adversary's strength and momentum to your
And then he
own
just tears
advantage.
away in his boat really fast.
Yeah. Can't go in there without a warrant, pal.
Assignment. A knowledge of defensive tactics is important for your protection and to assure that the arrest will be successfully made. In any situation, you should always be aware of the possibility of danger. from
They had
an
that all
unexpected
planned.
source.
O'Bain?
Huh?
Are you Frank O'Bain?
What about it?
You got a minute? I'd like to talk with you.
I ain't renting out to no charter parties today.
No, that's not it. I'm Special Agent Putnam of the FBI.
Oh?
Yeah.
Well, come on aboard. So what's on your mind?
It's just a routine check, Frank. I just wondered if you'd heard anything about your brother Roy.
Do you have to have your finger on the trigger? You shouldn't do that either.
That's right. Get him up. Start the engine, Frank.
I mean,
Take a swim. Well, it's good to see you anyway, Roy. Knock off the chatter, pal. Get back. Frank, hold it, both of you. Put your hands up. Way up.
You just saw a criminal disarmed. His
less than that if
mistake
his finger is actually on the
was pulling his
trigger,
gun within reach of the officer.
like the demo guy
Never
was.
put your gun within reach of a criminal.
Well, I mean, if it's a double action, it does take quite a lot to pull a trigger on a revolver.
That's a good point.
Now, if it's double action, and they have the hammer cock, then it's like a hair trigger.
Right.
If they're relying on the double action, then it's a lot. Well, at least my gun is.
Yeah. Well, you have like a 357 Magnum, don't you?
Yeah, it's weird. I have a 357 and a 44 Magnum. Nothing really, less hardcore than that.
That's- yeah.
In an effort to pick up information concerning a fugitive.
Uh-oh. Drunkos have got to get him.
Well, he could have just smacked him with the bottle right off, and he wouldn't have gotten caught.
Yeah. Oh, they tango out of the room.
We'd like some help from you. Like what? We're trying to locate this man. Have you seen him in here?
No, Ken says as I have.
All right, back to tight shorts, man.
We're FBI agents. Come on, get up out of there. Get up.
A personal weapon, a knee to the dick.
door no further.
Now hit him in the back, like the base of the skull.
Yeah. It's hard to put your hands against a door when your neck's broken.
In this situation, the officer's hands
Yes.
were held
When someone's
together
pointing a
the
knife at
wrong
you,
way.
lay down and expose your butthole to him.
Then, a
I
personal
mean, if you
weapon
can
was
projectile,
immediately
like,
used to subdue
on
the
him.
When
To be fair, that would be
necessary,
confusing.
the criminal through a door.
I'm gonna stab you! I'm gonna
Be
fart!
employed to take
What?
maximum
Then you kick him.
advantage of his exposed,
Yeah, okay,
vulnerable
I get it now.
areas. As for a knife wielder, fighting him from a half-sitting, half-supine position can at times be effective. Now let's observe the experience of two officers.
Man, I wish I could have a
tracking down some
housekeeper.
stolen property.
Yeah, really. That's not a bad barn either.
Yeah, back when they maintained buildings instead of just letting them collapse.
No, I ain't.
Yeah, true.
Yost, I'm the housekeeper. What do you want?
Well, I'd like to see Mr. Yost.
Well, he ain't here.
Do you know where I can find him?
Well, you might find him
Good thing they
down
moved
the
out of the
line.
snipe zone.
Thank you.
Ah, the extra door next to the real door.
I was half expecting a car to just come barreling out of there.
It still could. It's like finding a Yost in the haystack. Uh-oh.
Property of the government.
That's federal weed, boy.
It's like somebody drew across the bridge of his nose already.
He's got a lead pipe.
Man, he needs a candelabra.
Yeah. Mr. Yost with the lead pipe at the barn.
Good job, Ed, being late as always.
That, okay, we're good.
Tactical sodomy.
Yeah.
Ed, we're FBI agents, Yost. Have a warrant for your arrest and a search warrant for these premises. Come on.
Ow.
Get up.
I ain't a going no place.
I said get up. Watch him, Ed.
Oh, hey, it's the suicide tires.
We'll put him up against
Oh,
the bar
nice.
over here and
With the split wheels where, like, you have to use a mallet to get the tire off and they can just explode and rip your head off.
Note the almost instinctive defense
Yeah,
against the
I'm
club.
glad those days are over.
Yeah.
The arm is immediately trapped. Before the attacker has time to recover, other personal weapons are brought into play, rendering him unfit for further combat. A come-along hold brings him to his feet and eliminates further resistance. Speed and surprise were effectively used to repel this attack, but knowledge and skill are worthless unless you are ready at all times, your whole body in balance, ready to defend yourself.
So
even
my
in the
takeaway
most
from this
difficult
is,
circumstances.
be f***ing hardcore if you're an FBI agent.
And other law enforcement agencies
Yeah.
never condone
This film is used in our training schools for special agents in the international economy. Is presented in the interest of law enforcement as a profession with the hope that it may serve to prevent life and to save injury.
and to discharge your responsibilities
Do,
under the
do,
law.
do, do, do,
This one
do,
stayed
do.
up for 5 minutes, of course. The one at the beginning, it disappears in like 10 seconds.
Experience is not
Yeah.
always the best teacher. In
So I met a kid yesterday, 2 days ago, that would have made a perfect FBI agent. He had
Oh, yeah?
the perfect personal weapon. He could,
Oh, yeah?
like, vomit on everyone in the room. He vomited on me, on his dad, all over the floor, on some
Oh.
steps.
You know, I kind of had that superpower as a kid too.
Really?
Yeah, you know, the only time I was ever given like an official professional IQ test, yeah, all over the test, right in the middle of it. It's like I was like 6, And like, yeah, like next door to the testing building was like a bakery, and they had these gigantic strawberry shortcakes, and I really wanted one, and I just ate the whole thing, and then went back to testing, and then just didn't even know it was coming, just everywhere.
Awesome.
Yep.
I mean, I used to get sick a lot as a kid, and I would vomit a lot, but I couldn't do it like just in public. I've always had a strong stomach like that. If I'm like in public, I can keep it down pretty good. But
Really,
if I'm at home, then I just let it loose.
Yeah. If it's gonna happen for me, there is no holding it back. And thankfully, it doesn't happen much. But I get maybe 5-10 seconds of warning at the most. And like the one thing that makes me vomit faster than anything else in the universe is Pepto-Bismol.
Really?
Yeah, like exactly the opposite of what it's supposed to do.
Huh.
Literally. I have never managed to swallow a dose of Pepto-Bismol without, like, the rebound from the swallow being everything in my stomach coming back out.
Huh.
Just instant puke.
Now, see, I used to, like my parents figured out that I liked the flavor of Pepto-Bismol because I would freak being sick when I was little just so I could get Pepto-Bismol until they figured out it was the flavor of the mint they use or whatever. And they're like pink mints that are that whatever mint.
Okay.
And so eventually they started buying those, like whenever I was like, oh, I feel sick. Here, try this. And it would be fine.
Oh, I feel better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like the taste too, but I don't ever keep it around for obvious reasons because it does nothing to help.
Yeah,
yeah, it's the weirdest thing. And like, and I've I mean, like as a teenager, like some members of my family like wouldn't believe me when I said that. Like I'd be like, I feel really, really nauseous. So take some Pepto-Bismol. That won't help.
No.
Oh, you don't know? You're a kid. Like. I promise you it won't help. No, just try it anyway. You haven't tried it. I've tried it. It won't help. This is a recurring story with my family, right?
Yep.
And so like, okay. And I walk over to the sink or, the trash can or something. Well, sit down so you feel better. No, watch this. Instantly everywhere. Like I told you, it wouldn't help.
So you could be an FBI agent if only you were armed with Pepto-Bismol.
Okay, so if I'm ever attacked by like what they wanted to be like, what they obviously wanted to be a moonshiner, but prohibition had ended.
So
it was a box of government stuff that farmer needed for some reason.
Yes. Secret government crops.
Yeah, right. So so if I'm ever storing secret government pot in my barn, and or if I'm ever the agent in charge of raiding that, okay, and he comes at me with a lead pipe, here's the steps I follow. First of all, I take my lipstick and I gently and very sexily draw onto all the places on his body that I could use to kill him.
When he protests, you just tell him, wait, this will all be over soon.
Shh. Quiet, my prince. And just draw little X's and squares and triangles, And then, when he lunges at me, I go down on my back, put my legs up in the air, spread them wide, and then I chug the bottle of Pepto-Bismol. And then whatever comes out, just all over him. And then I take him in, and then I take him in, to get cleaned up and decontaminated, and then we arrest him.
But make sure you save circling his junk for last before you do that.
Yeah, I mean you have to build up to it. Exactly. Yeah, you don't give it all away for free.
Yeah, don't skip right to the end. You have to be be
exactly
patient about it.
Right. It's like, it's like sword fighting with your left hand. It's the only way you can be satisfied. With that,
we hope you enjoyed our guide to sword fighting. Wait. Yes, we hope you're ready to be an FBI agent now.
That one. Yeah, that one.
I know I am. I'm actually looking forward to maybe doing some more training in the future.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to find some sparring partners, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I need to.
Yeah. I'm gonna go down to the pharmacy and pick up some Pepto-Bismol now, so I'm prepared. All right.
I'm gonna go polish the sword. Wait, I keep getting sidetracked.
We better sign off while we still have anything left. Yes. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our I think the word experiment has a whole new meaning now, but we hope you enjoyed it.
Come experiment with us next time.
That's right, on Highway 47 Productions. Later, all.
Take it easy.
We'll be right back.